Hi, my name is Darren York from UK Pro Talent Training. Welcome back to the channel. And on this lesson, I'm just going to show you how leveling clips work. So again, I've got like sort of a couple of different types of leveling clip. This one's by Ruby and it's called the Cyclone. And it is simply a twisting spiral type of clip. And then we'll have the traditional one, which is called the Delta system by Ruby, which is a sort of a clip that looks like that in a wedge. So I'll show you how they both work. So on this video, I'm not going to show you how they put the tiles down and the adhesive and all that kind of stuff. It's just really to show you how the clips actually work and how the level the tiles off. There's loads of clips you'll see on YouTube, people putting them in, but this is a bit more specific to how they actually physically work. So what we have here is a couple of tiles. So let's just say I want to level 2 tiles up. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a height problem between 2 tiles. So if I just get this bit of paper and I put that there, and I put this tile next to it, you can see that there's clearly a height difference. And I've got a coin here, and I'm just running that coin there over that. So you can see that there's a definite lip between that tile there and that tile here. And that's the worst thing in tile that we want, especially on a floor, because somebody's going to walk on that, they're going to feel that ridge underneath the foot, and it's just not very nice. So we're going to assume we've like laid this tile, and then we're going to go through the motions of laying that tile as you would normally do, and you've created that lip there. Well, all you do here is, I'll use the Cyclone one first. Before we stick this next actual tile down and lay it in the bed of adhesive, all we're going to do here is get this first bit of the clip and just stick it underneath there like that, and then we're going to do another one which is there like that. So what we can do now, the adhesive's already on the floor, so now we're going to proceed to like sort of drop that tile in the adhesive bed. We're going to move it out and back as normal, but you can see with the coin that that lip is still there. So it means that that tile is obviously higher than that particular one there. So what we're going to do here is the next part, we're going to get the Cyclone bit, and we're going to put that on the top there and just spin it down and just keep twisting it until that doesn't go any further. And then we're going to do the same on that one, spin that down, and then we're just going to twist that until that goes there again. So if I get my coin now and I put this over the top, you'll see that coin goes straight over. So it's actually like lifted both them tiles up and it's locked them together. So if I turn this over, you can see now I can hold them like that, because what's happened is this tile here is being brought up to the same level as that by this top spiral bit here. So when you twist that, it drags that spiral up, which in turn pulls that plate up to the level. So what's going to happen is both of them tiles are going to set at exactly the same height. So you just go around with all the tiles, you'd put 2 in there, 2 in there, 2 in there, and 2 in there, and then 2 in there, 2 in there, and 2 in there, and just keep locking them all together like you've seen on other YouTube videos. So again, that you leave that until the whole floor sets. And then what you do then is to get them off, you come in to kick them at this angle, like that. And when you kick it there, what you're going to find is that spiral will snap. Let's see if I can get this off. It's going to snap in that direction. So as this like sort of snaps off, this plate is left underneath. The top bit has come off, and all your floors like sort of just set perfectly. Now with any leveling clip, you have to be careful that you're not going to actually pull the tile off the bed, because the bigger the lip you've got, the more you twist it, the more that tile is going to come up, and the more you're going to delodge it off the adhesive bed. So the best thing to do here is, before you put this tile down, is you trowel the whole floor. And this is called back button technique, which I tend to go into more deeper on my educational training courses. But what you do here is you trowel the floor with all your adhesive. You'd put your adhesive on the back of the tile, and then you would back skim that tile until it was like completely flat, and then you would lay your tiles that way, and then that creates like sort of a much more solid bed, and it doesn't give you as much release from the tile, the adhesive bed. So again, just make sure when you're using these leveling clips, whatever leveling clip you're using, make sure you always back skim the tile as well as notching the floor. So this is not a lesson on how to apply floor tiles. It's just to show you how these clips actually physically work. So that is the cyclone system. Dead easy. Put them in there, twist it down, use the coin test until the tiles are flat, leave your floor to set, kick them off, job's done. The other one is the Delta system. You might be familiar with this one. It's again, pretty much loads of companies use them, but this is the Ruby Delta system. Same thing again. I'll get me a bit of paper, we'll put that there. So again, we're creating the height difference between these two tiles. So again, you can see clearly difference between this one being raised, this tile being too low. So again, we've troweled the floor, we've back buttered the tile, we've positioned that tile in place. And all we're going to do now is get this clip, and we're just going to slide that clip under there, get this clip, slide that clip under there. And then all we're going to do now is drop that tile into position. Remember, back buttered. We're going to slide it out, we're going to slide it back. So again, the height difference is still there. But this time, get the wedge. What we're going to do here is push that wedge through there, and then push that wedge through there. You buy a tool like this, which is like a clamp, so it just saves you actually pushing. It's all right if you just push in a couple of tiles in like this, but when you're doing a whole floor, your thumbs get a bit aching. So this is just a clamp that you sort of put on there, and you just press that there, and you press that there, and it just clamps it a lot tighter. So again, if I pick this back up here, you can see perfectly flat again. Same principles, the flat plate is being driven up by that wedge going through there, so that clip comes up, levels the tiles off. So them tiles are going to set perfectly again. Same thing with the cyclone system. You just come and you kick them this way. Don't kick them in the direction of the wedge. You kick it that way. And then again, the same thing, that top bit is going to snap off. They'll leave that plate underneath, which will just set with the tiles out of position. Can't see them. You pick the wedges up, put them back in your bucket, ready for the next time. So hopefully that just gives you a bit of a more detailed explanation of how these level clips work and why you should be using them on all your floor installations to get all these tiles perfectly flat for your customer. So again, if you're interested in like sort of other lessons, we'll do a full course on how to change career as a professional tiler, which goes into all the details of actually like sort of putting the adhesive down and tile and everything. So check out the website in the link below. But my name's Darren York from UK Pro Tile Training. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video, and keep an eye for the next video. That'll just show you a bit more in-depth lesson on the next topic I do. Thanks for listening. See you.